Mike the Ref Melody, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight.
Let's go! Third! Let the Super Kick Party!
Yeah, pay the money for that. And of course, you gotta get the Coffins in. Hey, yo, and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a September to Remember edition of the AEW Dynamite Sidecast. Always a pleasure having you here. It is September 17th, 2025. We are rocking and rolling. We are striving and strolling. And once again, we are Matt Riddle free for another 7 days. So, good to see everybody tonight. We have a very, this is one of the first times I can honestly feel that AEW is putting the go-home show before the pay-per-view essentially as a qualifier to get into the pay-per-view in many respects here. Because we have 4 matches tonight. All of them, the winners advance to work on Saturday in the pay-per-view. Which gives you real incentive to watch this show tonight and gives you a reason why these matches should matter. Let's go through a quick rundown of some of these. Like Mascara Dorada versus the Beast Mortos. The winner gets to go up with Okada and Takeshita for the unified title. And I do find it interesting that they're doing like a mini tournament. So they're making it feel like it is basically a title match. Or it's a mini tournament. So Okada says he's the best tournament wrestler in all time. If Takeshita comes out and beats him, or if Mascara Dorada or the Beast Mortos, either one of them defeat him, then can they lay claim that they beat the the best tournament fighter in the world to get that title? Possibly. Then you got your 3 qualifiers for the ladder match 4-way for the tag titles to take on Brodito and going through that craziness there. The Bang Bang Gang versus the Bucks will be pretty good. I know there's two ultimate combinations they want, but they did announce that the juice is loose tonight, so things are going to get a little bit more crazy for that. And the Bucks, well, it almost wonders if they forgot their passports and they have to give in something else for it. Apparently, the $500,000 they won last Saturday, they've already lost half of it at a casino. So who knows where that's going there. And, yeah. So, sorry, just trying to get my level straight here. We also got Top Flight taking on the Don Callis family, Hitch Cesaro and Josh Alexander. I think this is a way to get Top Flight into this match. As much as the Don Callis family being a part of it would be pretty cool. I think you don't use a first-time team to get yourself a title shot right away. So that just makes sense on what I feel on my end. And then you have Kip Sabian and Luchasaurus, Kill Switch, whatever you want to call them these days, going to be taking on Jet Speed, where Bailey's going to have a bit of a home area advantage. London is located, I believe, an hour out of Toronto. Shout out to McGee, who is in the crowd there tonight. He actually sent a thing over on Discord and on X that he is in the crowd tonight. Literally a few rows behind the announce table. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to say the least. Then on top of that, we are getting 2 crazy women's matches. Rio versus Robin Renegade, I think it's going to be a lot more interesting than a lot of people think. There have been rumors and scuttlebutt that Riho is going to, Robin Renegade is going to join up with Mercedes along with her sister. And the Renegade twins can run as sort of bodyguards aka cannon fodder for Mercedes. And very interesting point here. I believe it's next Saturday. Next Sunday or next Saturday, that Mercedes is going to pass Jade Cargill. It's coming up quick. I know she's doing a CMLL run that night. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Rio's got to get a win here. Rio has literally not had a win and has gotten a title shot. So to me, that just confuses the hell out of me. And now Queen Amanada and Tekla is no holds barred. What I'd love to see, they literally start the night with this match. They brawl out of the arena, and they literally start another match, and then they come back after that match, or maybe 2 or 3 matches later, and then they start fighting it, coming back out again. They go back out. We run it again, and it's sort of like an overall arching theme throughout the night to have that fight going on. To me, that would be a lot of fun. Just something different, something we're not used to, something we're not expecting. And I just want this fight has been going on forever, and I really want to see it hit a climax somehow. And something different like that might just help it. It might also say, you guys keep getting out of the building. We need to confine you somewhere, maybe a blood and guts cage. But on top of that, we got 2 other matches scheduled tonight. We got Bobby Lashley taking on Toa Leona. Looking for a little bit of revenge after Bishop Khan got that dirty victory over Shelton Benjamin last week when they had it was over Ricochet, sorry. And they had the gentleman's agreement that nobody was going to be at ringside. Well, I highly doubt that's going to happen now. So I got a feeling we're going to have a bit of a brouhaha, and then what either will be our opening match or our main event match. Roderick Strong taking on Jon Moxley. Sort of a little bit of revenge for what happened last week, or last Saturday, in the tag match with Paragon against Moxley and Garcia. Strong eventually did get tapped out in that match, and it looks like there might be a little bit of revenge, but everybody that Moxley takes on almost ends up joining him. So, and you've been getting these little feelers that Paragon's been looking to break up a little bit here, and it would make a little bit of sense with Marina and Roderick there, husband and wife and all that. Just another husband and wife team in wrestling. Just, what we need. We're also going to hear from Tony Storm. We're also going to get the face-to-face between CNC Wrestling Factory and FTR, and the contract signing between Hangman Adam Page and Kyle Fletcher, which I got a feeling that's probably going to close the show. You might even open the show with CNC and FTR. I would open with a match personally, but you could be doing it either way here. So just get this out of the way. We're getting ready for a hell of a night of wrestling. And don't forget, folks, after we're done here with wrestling, well, live wrestling, we're going to fire up Retromania Wrestling. And you guys are actually going to experience my first time using Steam on the stream here, at least with the new setup here. So hopefully everything goes smoothly. And we're able to... there was some new DLC that dropped. Oh, yeah. It will definitely be an interesting go-home show for All Out, Jay Quick. By the way, good to see you tonight. Good to see everybody piling in. We're gonna get a... I think it's gonna be a slow-moving audience getting in. It is a little crazy today. I've seen, like I said, McGee's in the crowd. He's actually sent pictures on our Discord, as well as over on X. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what he gets to see there. He's located right behind the announce desk, a few rows back, but no, that I'm really looking forward to Saturday as well, because, well, Saturday's going to be an afternoon of ton of fun. Let's face it, the evening's going to be a decent show too with WrestlePalooza. Sucky name. Some of the matches could care less, but some of them I absolutely do. And yeah, just it's a day for wrestling fans to enjoy. For all the BS going on in the world right now, and apparently in the last couple hours there's been some more. It's always good to see wrestling sort of take it to another place that you might actually be able to enjoy it a little bit more as we get into it here. So once again, remember, it is 3 hours of insanity tonight, folks. So don't make sure you got your popcorn, make sure you got your snacks, make sure you got your ideas, your thoughts, and we are going to have a ton of fun here. A little bit different intro with the side graphics in the corners, right? You can see those little paint marks in the corners. I'm not used to seeing those on here, but nice little overlay. Oh, it's because it's September. Remember, that makes sense. We're starting right off with the contract signing. So I got a feeling the main event's going to be CNC and FTR. I love the one guy in the sign of the crowd says, "I need a ride home." So once again, London is located just outside of Toronto. Surely nobody goes through it. Well, it's funny. It's a mix mash whether sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. AEW's been noticeable that they go away from the tropes. The only thing I find really interesting is the fact they're actually bringing Hangman out first. Normally you bring the challenger out first. Maybe that's on Saturday. I assume that's on Saturday. So once again, everybody, just a reminder, early start time, 2 p.m. Eastern for the stream. We'll probably be on about 1:45. Mr. Nets, how in the heck you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the day. No, this is going to be a fun night for everybody here, and I really hope you enjoy it. Doing better than you did yesterday? Yeah. Oh, I know. The last couple days for me have just been brutal. Not only mentally, but physically. We ended up a little shorthanded at work this week, so I wasn't able to get the stream down. So car got caught in a flood underneath, water down. Ugh. Hope you salvaged it a little bit. Black suit, pink shirt. Still rains, but the paint's nobody looks on the outside anyway, right? They always look for the inside for what counts, right? Right? No, sorry, I'm finagling with these new. I put a different light on. Like my side light is now a ring light over here, so I'm trying to adjust it so it looks a little better. Have fun at TNA. I'll be honest, I haven't got my ticket yet. I got to get that hopefully tonight. Tonight or tomorrow. They are close to selling out, but they're not going to sell out. I know the venue very well. It's the old venue where they used to run Stampede Wrestling. We'll get a ticket. Hey, Mr. Vic, how you doing tonight, sir? Pleasure to have you here. Pleasure to have everybody here piling in. We got people on site. We got people here in the chat. Life is doing good. Stampede's a legendary promote. Yeah. We're going home all the way out. And we're going to make it a September to remember. You know what this reminds me of a little bit? I hate to say this, but this reminds me of the 80s. Because the biggest feud in the 80s was never a wrestler versus wrestler. It was not a wrestler versus wrestler. My opinion, the biggest feud in the 80s, especially WWE or WWF at the time, Hulk Hogan, Bobby Heenan. There you go, Jay Quick. We've talked about it before. And this is what this feels like. This feels like Horn for the Jays. They're actually playing again. That's the big thing. Had 2 delays here. No matter how Heenan tried, could never get over Hogan. Yeah, that's. It was amazing, and knowing what it is now, it's frustrating. But at the time, it was the ultimate story. I like this one. See social media, Sammy's. Yeah. Well, Sammy's going to do that, right? Like, Sammy knows the history. Sammy's going to put over stuff like that. Honestly, right now, everybody in WWE's got to try to get as much good PR as they can. Between the announcement of WrestleMania to Callis, calm down. So my grandpa, these, hell yeah, I worked there 20 years for 20 years, yeah. That, I like this. I really do like this. Yeah, we'll get to that in a sec here, Nats. Just this promo's intense. The fact that they put it in the stipulation there. If anybody from the Callis family shows up, he gets stripped of the TNT title. If Fletcher becomes champ, then it's no big deal. So it's an all or nothing kind of deal. It's all out, literally. By the way, good to see you, Zodiac. Appreciate it. Happy birthday. NWA was founded in September 1777. Zodiac. And I don't know if you saw, but McGee sent out some pics of where he is in the crowd tonight. He's located right. He's a little back, but he's behind the announce table. So thought that NWA was formed in a late. Oh no, NWA was some good tunes there. You got me. Maybe he doesn't sign now. Appreciate the teaching the white Canadian Western Canada guy about rap. So okay, Hangman, I see you. Uh-oh. Tony trying to pump up this match, and it just ain't. Okay. Fletcher isn't like Zodiac nailed it right on the head. He is a future champ. You're gonna have to get that title off Hangman. I think we all know that. Yeah, your full name, jackass. And Cal is just literally running out of there. No, that why is Bubbles in the front just in the crowd there? Well, it looked like Bubbles. So once again, everybody, just to remind, maybe TNT and AEW championfication. I don't think so. TNT's paying for the exposure on that title, so. Oh, they're all right. Yep, we got streamers there. I know Santi Zap's there. Conrad 167's there. there there's there's many a content creator that was invited by AEW for this show. I would assume, if it was in Western Canada, it might be different, but and of course I'd have to ask, of course. But no, in terms of unification of the titles, I think there's too much of a sponsorship from TNT to do that. and the fact that they have their champion. It's not just a moniker on their social medias. So, if you guys haven't seen it on some of the, I saw it show up on socials earlier today. There are jobs that have opened up for graphic designers for AEW. They're deciding to branch out a little more and specifically in motion graphics. So could it be a new game? Could it be video production? They are starting. Okay. They are front loading this show, folks. Contract signing, Moxley Roderick. I assume, yeah, this is Moxley. Yep, this is Moxley Roderick. You notice Wheeler's not there. Only one slap. The other one was a pat on the shoulder. So for those that aren't familiar, this is the home to the Ontario Hockey League's London Knights. I think full attendance in the building is approximately 7,000? 7 or 8,000. I think they did almost pack the building tonight, so. I didn't check out the WrestleTix numbers. I'll be honest, I was working on a little surprise that we're coming up with for Saturday here, so. Got some new things coming up here on the channel, which will be debuting. Some of them might even be debuting as soon as tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, Thursday.
You idiot!
Friday. Jesus. No, not tomorrow. Thursday. Tomorrow, Thursday. Yeah. Yeah. It's been one of those weeks, folks. And then, but honestly, it seems a little weird that every time Moxley faces somebody in like a back-to-back one-on-one situation or an isolated situation one-on-one, the guy ends up joining him. Like Garcia, Wheeler, now Roddy. Now that the title isn't involved, it's sort of... You think there's a potential that Roderick joins the Death Riders? As we end up getting a maybe a Death Riders 2.0. Like, let's face it, it's quite like, we're not stupid. We know that Marina and Roderick are husband and wife. And those that don't know now know, so. But Lenny and Lilac for PM. I love how Roddy just like, screw this. I ain't even deal with Garcia. You're getting your shots in now. Who's wearing a Calgary Flames jersey to a London, Ontario show? Damn it. See, I appreciate the guy wearing the Jays jersey. You know, he's got some style and some class here. What jersey? Well, frankly, there is the London Knights, but I would think it'd be more of a Maple Leaf jersey there. They're basically an hour out of Toronto. Now, maybe an hour, hour and a half, depending on traffic. But no, Calgary Flames jerseys don't deserve to be anywhere. Honestly, I'd love to see AEW come out with some hockey jerseys. I wouldn't mind picking one up. These are the Leafs. The fire is what you need to dispose of the Leaves. No, you just need the Boston Bruins. Or the third round of a playoffs. No, we got some doozy matches as they go through the graphics on the bottom there. Like, we got 4 qualifiers for Saturday. Like, it's a little nuts that they're doing it. Like, usually you try to have a little bit of protection for yourself. At least it isn't the first anymore, right? Right? I'll just throw that. I think that one just seems more. I love hearing Danielson just fired up about a potential matchup that he gets to watch up ringside. Mortos and Dorada. I just give her a huge kiss and then take off. Somebody sitting on the couch. I don't know which one it is, but somebody's sitting on the couch tonight. Taz, just give it up. We all know the truth. Moxley just loving this crowd tonight. As we go into our first picture-in-picture tonight. It's going to be fun having these 3 hours together here tonight, so. Hey, Bray, how you doing tonight? Hope you're getting a chance to check out AEW here tonight from just outside Toronto in London, Ontario. All about the Canadians. Happy DLC. Yeah, I picked it up. Well, if we end up getting any free agents, we'll see them on Friday. Just a quick note, folks. Because of the pay-per-views on Saturday, we're going to be running the Solo My GM coming up this Friday, technically after SmackDown, 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll be running weeks 2 and 3. So if you're around and you're done a little bit of wrestling and you want to check out some, fun times in wrestling, get yourself ready for a huge weekend of wrestling, please stop by. But speaking of DLC, Mick G, this is a live on the ground report right here, right on site here at AEW Dynamite. Just randomly decides on the first commercial break, hey, I'm going to pop in. If I thought that the arena had any decent Wi-Fi, I'd have you buzz in here. But McG, I hope you're having a great time tonight. And I hope you got a chance to go check out the pay-per-view. I think you got a ticket for the pay-per-view on Saturday. I forgot. I got to do it right. Hey, McG. I'm just so happy when people get a chance to go watch wrestling that they enjoy. And they don't have to risk the farm to go to it. But yeah, it's been fun tonight so far. And crowd's been lively for what I've seen. And I'm sure you're doing it. Crowd Worlds Collide showing the promotion video made. Yep. The cutest kid is sitting next to you. Aw. Make sure you turn him violent by the end of the show. That is a goal of every wrestling fan who sees a new wrestling fan coming in. You need to You need to have him screaming and shouting, and by the main event he wants blood. That's normally what kids do these days. But yeah, I mean, Bray, just so yeah. Well, you could have a Rolex, or you could go see WWE SmackDown. You know what? I think I might end up doing one of those videos. 10 things you could have instead of going to watch a WWE show. And I don't like to get very negative, but Mox will have him violent after this match. Hey. Just reminds me of my first indie show I saw outside of Edmonton. It was in a town about an hour southeast of here. For those that locally know, it's called Camrose. It was in a little church, and I don't think they could fit more than 40 people in the building. Still didn't sell it out. It's the night I got to meet Shelton Benjamin live. He sent the guy for a back body drop and put the guy through the roof, literally. But I was like, there's 2 rows set up, right? I'm in the second row. I like to see it in the back. You could afford a visit to the emergency room in the U.S., or you could be live at Raw. I think Moxley was out of it for a second there. Because he kicked out on the wrong shoulder. He's whoa, wow, ah. But no, these group of kids, they were at their first wrestling show and they're really nervous. They didn't want to say anything. They didn't want to do it. They just wanted to sit and watch. And I'm not having that, right? Like, guys, they want you to yell at them. Really? Yeah, call him a greasy guy. Yells at, hey, you're really greasy. The guy's just, yeah, well, you suck, little kid. Next thing you know, there is a war going on between these guys. And it's just amazing. You know the middle finger means that much more in Canada, right? Because we'll do more of the Zoot Tabernacle. Sorry, just everything's beeping all over the place. You know when you have a local show and it just keeps beeping all over? These guys are really unloading here right now. The sick kick all in line. Oh. This is that giant thing, right? Like in 2K for the giant, whenever you take a move, you sort of absorb it and just get to do whatever you want anyway. I think Moxley was going to roll over and Roderick told him to get back down because he had to cover him for that dramatic effect. Yeah, it makes me really wonder what's going to be happening with Yuta here because we're not seeing him tonight. Roderick's not doing it. Bites the hand. Of course he's going to do that. No way. Facebuster? Oh my god, he spiked him right on his head. He literally just spiked him on his head. Like normally that suplex, you'll flatten yourself out to land. Well, Moxley sort of landed on his knees, which means boom, right on the top of the dome. Yeah, I'm with Taz. Like he literally DDT'd himself. Moxley's like, I don't want to do it no more. All right, now we got a hockey fight. There's the prick. You knew he was there somewhere. Well, Moxley's got to win because he's got the pay-per-view on Saturday, right? We don't want any losers going into the pay-per-view. Everybody's scared of that. Moxley's scared of falling over. I'd love to see them get some kind of deal internationally, but I don't think they ever will. But no, like this, I really wonder what Darby's going to do in this match because, like, how much can you honestly do that he hasn't already done a few hundred times? So now we get a tables and thumbtacks match, a TNT match with Briscoe and MJF, which it's going to be interesting to see how this lines up. Have you guys seen the interactions online between Andrade and MJF though? Because this Friday, MJF's taking on Mystico in a uh, hair versus mask match, I believe. Or no, it's title versus mask. That's what it is. So I'm assuming that Max is losing his title. Because I do not see Mystico losing his mask. He's just got so much going for him down in the States right now. Or down in Mexico, sorry. Realistically, like, can we make the can we just throw the comparison out there already? That MJF and The Rock are pretty much in the same I don't want to say the same mentality, but the same ballpark. Okay. Okay. And you know Tony Khan's in the back just giggling right now because he got to do another promo. His behind the scenes promos are actually pretty cool, if you ask me. Remember when he did his Adam Cole Tony Khan, or sorry, Adam Cole MJF, welcome to the off or get out of my office for doing too many double clotheslines to everybody. As we got the commercial break come up here. Now, it's going to be a nasty match. They are going to have to spread out the coffin match and the tax and tables match guaranteed. I don't know how you spread those out with only 7 matches right now. Plus, you're going to have that parking lot brawl between all the ladies in the pre-show. So, and the fact that they've only announced one match for that, could you imagine them going for an hour? Like, don't get me wrong, it'd be fine by me if, you can come up with enough creative segments to last an hour, but... Oh, and for those wondering, if you're watching in the States, you can watch the countdown show on TNT. And for those in Canada, it's scheduled to be on TSN. If you do watch the 0 hour, it is going to be primarily talk and promo reels. So there is a little bit of confusion come out about that. You are going to want to watch the TNT show as well as the TSN show rather than watching 0 hour. If you pop in for 0 hour for the first half hour, well, it'll give you a little bit of a rundown if you need to catch up on anything. You just pop it in later, whatever. But just to keep you up on track and ready to go, we will be here on Saturday. We will be here, I would say, to 1:45, 1:45 Eastern, roughly, somewhere in there. We'll be up just before the show goes live on TSN and TNT. So, and get ready because I guarantee you they're gonna run late. WrestlePalooza, I do believe, starts at 7 Eastern. So, TK's got that final match targeted for 7, right? Hard enough thing is for people there, they're going to have a hard enough time trying to find the show. So, if you haven't heard, the ESPN app is just getting more and more confusing as the day goes on. So, I guarantee you monitoring of the backwoods sites is going to be a little bit more extenuous, a little more thorough this time. Not so much for AEW, but definitely for WrestlePalooza. So, all right, we're coming back. Does Bobby Lashley eat an L? I don't think so. I don't think there's a way in hell that happens. Ricochet coming out with the AEW tracksuit. Oh, and Bishop also coming out in the AEW tracksuit. So he has the regular gear when they're a tag team, but when he's by himself, this will be fun. Meat. Well, it's mini meat. I love how the security guard looks all mean and nasty, but he's there picking up gear. This crowd's all over the Hurt Syndicate here. Man, MVP's got a cool suit. Always got the cool suits. Coming out in the all red. Gotta love the alternate outfit here tonight. Bobby Lashley hurts me. Attaboy. I appreciate the signage. I wonder how this is really going to go, like, overall with the feud. And there are rumors that there's going to be an additional member, a new member of the Hurt Syndicate, and it's not going to be necessarily Cedric, who apparently they're not sure whether he's fully under contract with TNA or not. The fact that Cedric was posting about the invasion last night, or the disrespect, and we're not going to take it anymore from WWE during NXT Homecoming. This might be a little bit of nasty here going on. I do hate the fact that both guys are wearing red gear. I love the fact that Lashley switched gear, but now both guys are wearing the same color. It's just a pet peeve of mine. Just, there are definitely different body shapes here, but at the same time, crowd's all over Lashley. We'll give him credit for that. Bobby Lashley has a body shape I wanted 50. Yeah. Well, hell, I'm turning 47 next week. So I know exactly what you're talking about here. It's like I have this t-shirt that I still can't find. I wish I could. I'm in shape, round as a shape. There it is, tailgate brawl. I wish that since they're in Toronto that they actually do bring up TSN. But I do hope you guys got an opportunity down in the States here to pick up the cheaper price on HBO Max if you do intend to pay for the show. I say that with all sincerity because I know some people don't. Understandable. I don't judge. Economy's tight. Uh-oh. Jesus! I am so not used to Lashley getting work like this. Like, maybe this is the WWE effect, maybe. I think that's a lack of a better term. The fact that they're literally... Lashley just got manhandled. Like, literally manhandled by Toa. Oh, no, I appreciate it. I love the fact that it happened, but you never see that out of Lashley. And in a way as well, this is also good for a lot of the naysayers. And yes, there are still naysayers in this world. And those naysayers are always talking about how Lashley will never lose to anybody or anything like that. This could still be a dirty finish. I understand that. But at the same time, I do feel that Lashley's a lot more giving and a lot more willing to work with people than people give him credit for. But yeah, if there's some way they could build up the GOA, even to get him into the trios seed. Like, I know they got that trios match already for the titles. Sorry, asthma, not boredom. Trust me. You could see that they have the. You see, they have the skill. They have the mixture of bodies. They have everything it takes to be an ultimate trios team. Just not the right time to take it off the ops, right? Are we gonna get the pounce here? Lashley's gonna brick this. Nope, never mind. Just a bull moose move in the corner. We still got 4 more. We've been through this first hour and we're only on 2 matches. They're giving time to breathe tonight, folks. And I think this is one of the best things we could do here. Like, it's so funny because the difference between the two brands, right? And yes, I know I'm comparing both again. Horrible. But with AEW, you always wish you could get every match could get a little bit more time. With WWE, you wish the people would get more time. Even when they had 3 hours. Whole different ball of wax on how things are booked, but at the same time, it's just pretty awesome to hear the fact that Lashley and Leona have probably gone a good 10 minutes already. So yeah, next Wednesday we're at Pittsburgh. Could you imagine? I know that everybody's saying she ain't coming back, but could you imagine? Just out of nowhere, Britt shows up. So just so we're clear, I'm only going to the TNA pay-per-view next Friday, so I will be here next Saturday for Collision. We might actually do a little longer stream, like a little, not so much a marathon, but a little longer day. I feel sort of bad that I'm not going to be spending my birthday with you guys, that I'll be at the TNA show. So we might do like a little, maybe do a little birthday celebration the next day. But I do have something planned for you guys to see on my birthday that you guys, I think, will actually enjoy. Something I've been working on for a while here. Oh, go for that face buster. No. Leona, you're an idiot. Yeah, no, this is over. Maybe. Oh, yeah, no, that's smart. Right out of the ring. Oh, come on, Lashley, do a dive. Screw it. Take your spear outside. Oh, my God, that was a right. That was a right from MVP. My God. What a shot. Now Bishop going for the interference spot. Oh, no. Yeah, Shelton finishes that one off in a no worries. And the pounce. No, Lashley ain't going down to a pounce. You do not beat Lashley with his own move. Even MVP. Oh, there we go. It's over. Nope, Bobby's got it hooked on the side. Yeah, we're done. He's not responding. He's just got his hand around his throat. Oh my God, MVP blew his Kate up in half. Oh my goodness. What a shot. Damn, this is a lot of fun here. This trios match is going to be a lot of fun. The fact that MVP's getting back in the ring is going to be enough of a pop for a lot of people. But I do think that the Gates of Agony are going to need the win, so. They're doing the face-to-face already? What is it? Close to Stokes' bedtime or something? Doing the start of the second hour with probably your hottest angle? So what are they going to do? Finish with the women tonight? Like, I guess Amanada and Tekla maybe finishing off the evening, and they're just going to feud all the way to the tailgate brawl? Could you imagine they finish off and they literally just keep brawling until they end up brawling up into the crowd, out the building, down the road, up the highway? It's the same highway that Terry Fox did his run for charity, so it would be interesting, get that little bit of history in there too, right? So, but as we have hit the 1 hour mark once again, everybody, thank you for being here. Always appreciate you. It's been a fun show so far. The fact that you get to breathe through these matches, they don't feel like they're long, but we've had 2 matches and we're hitting an hour. I don't think we run over time. I do think they get a time to run through everything, so I don't think there's going to be that big of a deal here. So, but folks, what do you guys have planned for the week? Like, there's just so much going on, and literally, there's just so much craziness happening in not only in the world, but hell, I've been a little spooked today. We're up to 666 followers here over on Twitch, which 666 is always an interesting number to have, right? So I just throw a little drama in there too. No, once again, everybody, just thank you for being here. Thank you for following. Thanks for the subs. Thank you for everything you do for us here on the channel. And yeah, it's been interesting. This is the 15th. We're coming up on 15 years. I'm going to talk about it more next week. My birthday's next Friday, so I got a couple things planned here for you guys, but yeah, it's always interesting when your birthday's on a day of a pay-per-view at home. So But as we move along here, just watching everything go on the way that it is, seeing that CNC is lining up the way that they are getting into this, and you wonder if they're actually going to try and let them go for a run with this, or if this is going to be it. The hell's a sign there? The group. I thought he was gonna say Edge for a quick second there. That would have been hilarious. Painful but hilarious. You know this crowd's been practicing this song for like weeks, right? Santy's right in the corner there? Yep, Santy's right on the corner there. One of the biggest wrestling reaction streamers. The hell is that? All right, people, when you're making signs up, if it's long enough that you actually have to read it like an essay, it's not a good sign. Just for the record. And of course, it's the guy that was wearing the Calgary Flames jersey that does this, so it's like a double party foul at this point. Santy right in the right front face middle on the screen there. They're going to let him say, oh, Winnipeg Jets jersey, I see. Like I said, this crowd's been practicing this for weeks. I cannot wait to see what it's like in Toronto. Oh, a Saskatchewan ref. Oh, never mind. That's a green jersey, NFL jersey. And Cope's like, yeah, you guys got through it. Good job. And here comes the Father of the Year. It's been a while since we've had an asshole on a Jumbotron. Looks like Christian literally got out of the truck and just showed up here. I'm just waiting for that big hug that they're going to have. They got to have that on Saturday, I would think. Could you think that this could actually be it? Like, if you wanted to finish everything in Toronto. Attaboy, Cope. They both look like twins. You notice Shivani just quick, concise, get the hell out of there. These guys have only beaten him up once. Oh, God. All right, how many of these indie wrestlers do we know? the last black guy on the right is Mo Jabari, the student of Bret Hart. If you guys are wondering if you're going through it. Mo Jabari, one of the best wrestlers in Canada right now on the indie scene. He'd be on the far left of security right now. He has been personally trained by Bret Hitman Hart and is within a hair of getting to where you need to go. Works here quite frequently here in Alberta. These guys don't even look like they're together. I will personally start the GoFundMe if these guys could take care of Stoke. Oh, Stoke. I love Christian. He's like, yeah, fuck, I will probably touch him then. You got to know you're walking into something magical here on Saturday. Oh, the power of friendship. Stokely just egging the crowd on. You got to love it. I love Christian's face. Christian's face is like me when I'm a referee on the stand, and a coach that I know I'm tossing is getting his pound of flesh in. And he's like, "Yeah, get it out, boys, get it out, because we're gonna end this real quick here." Ah, this crowd. We're the best. Wow. Wow. They took a shot at the Hardys and they took a shot at the Dudleys. Atta boy. I don't feel bad about that. If it wasn't for American Alpha, these guys would be nobodies again anyway, right? Everybody needs somebody for an opportunity sometimes. You gotta work hard, but you know, you also have another dance partner when it comes to wrestling, right? You know, it's brands, not companies. Thank you, Cope. Thank you. Ha! Here we go. Oh, Stokely gets no hose. Stokely looks all disappointed. Tony's trying to console him. Wow. Wow. Ha! There you go. Uh, Realistically, tag team wrestling never got main event status until these three teams got that. Oh, here we go. Let's pull the Canadiana. I love it. Just a little bit. Thank you, Michael, for the compliment. Appreciate having you here. Wow. You notice that Cage is literally not having to say a word? Because he's just supposed to be there as helping out Cope for the end of this. Uh oh. Here we go. Okay. Ha! There we go. And the security gets in immediately. Moja Bar eating the shatter machine. Ha! Let's resume the fight. I love how Christian's so matter of fact there. He's like, you really think fines are going to mean a crap to me? Oh my God, Dax's nose. Who would have thought the first color of the night would have been through a promo? At least, you got the free healthcare up here. You can take care of it easier. That face will be on a shirt sometime. Sometime soon, I'm thinking. If not a poster, then a shirt. All right, what do the Bucks do to Canada? They might get him in next week, yeah. Renee's got to feel good. She's back home again for the week. And they just paid the production guy to get the proper. Bucks, if I'm you, I watch out for Jack Perry. Yeah, if you guys didn't see BTE being the elite this week, Jack Perry actually mailed the Bucks a knife for the next time they want to stab him in the back. Oh. All right, well, they're going to end up with no money again, and they'll be. Are they actually going to get a proper intro tonight? That bag is pretty thin, if you ask me. Go up, bop again, Tony. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think that the reason this is coming back. Oh, that pyro all over the place. The reason I think this is coming back, I got a feeling the Bucks might win the titles. Oh my God, they paid that fan in the stands for the new sign. The Bucks are the best ever. You get a new sign. Santy, you should be asking for money. They're going to be broke by the end of the pay-per-view. I honestly think the Bucks might actually win the titles on Saturday. More so for the fact that, they could queue up a CNC Wrestling Factory versus Bucks title match. You want to talk about a wrestle dream? That would be a wrestle dream. They don't even get to worry about outfits. Come on now. I do appreciate the frizzle gear there. Does Kill Switch take out Kip and bring it back as we don't know. Let's see what happens. I don't know. It almost feels like you want to have Speedball in that ladder match, though. So yeah, the winner of the 3 tag matches tonight are getting in a ladder match. Ron John Jones. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like Juice really got Juice has really settled down a little bit, but the Bucks would have experience. I think it's going to be the Bucks. I think it's going to be Speedball and or Jet Speed, sorry, Speedball and Kevin Knight. And I almost think it might be Top Flight. You might have 4 faces in there or 3 faces in the Bucks. AEW is famous for doing that. 3 faces in one team in a 4-way match. Or maybe you do the kill switch, Kip Sabian gain the victory here, and then all of a sudden kill switch takes out Sabian prior to the pay-per-view and brings in Jack Perry as his partner, and they win the titles. You can't say with the Bucks that they aren't doing that they aren't known as one of the best wrestlers in the world. Like, and it's so funny when we take it for granted on how good they actually are, and then all of a sudden out of the blue, we get a little shot of oh, they are this good. Bucks are a top 5. This is something interesting. Like, you want to talk about the best tag team wrestlers ever? Like, FTR can be in there. Cope and Christian, Christian Cope. Sorry, my bad. I gotta get that straight here. They could be considered in there. The only reason I don't have them in there is because of how little they actually work together. Because realistically, think about it. It's only 4. Cage and Cope. Cage and Cope. I don't want him coming after me. But yeah, we got, like, if you go back to my time, I'm thinking Road Warriors is maybe one of the best tag teams ever. For having to do so little and got so much out of it. Like, once again, like I know Zodiac, you talked about not hearing about the Road Warrior pop. I swear, go look it up, guys. When that song came on, whenever they knew they were coming out, the Hardys are up there, the Dudleys are up there, Rock and Roll Express are up there. If you're a pure WWEite, Demolition's in there. New Day, Usos. Yeah, Jay Quick, you know all about it. You're right in the middle of Road Warrior country, so you know exactly what. We were talking about this last week on Dynamite here. Because when the Dudleys said they were the greatest tag team of all time, that's what Bully Ray was BSing about. Like, I get it. Statistics-wise, you might be able to say that. But the only thing I could say about statistics when it comes to wrestling, the reason that you're number one is because a promoter decided you're going to be number one when it comes to statistics. Statistics, while different promoters have it based, like, promoters can't be idiots, right? They have to have decent wrestlers in those spots. But when you have multiple decent teams, Team 3D never got to pop like the Road Warrior. No, they didn't. Never. And the only time that, they got that ultimate shot in there was, I think it was Heatwave 98 when Bubba ended up doing that promo where he nearly got killed Killed by the entire crowd. But I think it would be absolutely infuriating to do a top 10 list for tag teams, right? Hell, we could bring up, if you want to talk about 80s wrestling, you got the Hart Foundation. Oh my God. Nick tried to pay off the referee. All right, that's fresh. No, but just the way that money's going up, I would be all over in that ring grabbing money. Millions of dollars, millions of dollars, millions of dollars. And the Road Warrior matches, most of them didn't last long, so they're first to have their music through the match. Yeah. I'll never forget when Cornette broke both his legs because of a scaffold match involving the Midnight Rockers against the Road Warriors. Folks, that's why you train yourself to be a part of dangerous matches and dangerous spots. Jim Cornette landed straight on his knees. His knees were locked, and there go your legs when you're falling off a 20-foot scaffold. Oh God, Con Man's already at it here. Once again, everybody, thank you for the shares on X, on Blue Sky. I've been trying to do a little bit more social work today. Yeah, that landing was rough for old Jim. Yeah, like, it's why the only thing I've ever done in terms of a spot in wrestling, you've met Kayla J. She's been on the stream a few times. I got her to slap me in my hometown. Just to get that extra heat for her match later on. It was actually a very, very exponential night for wrestling in the province of Alberta that night. I think I'll talk about it a little bit more next week. Just the fact that, well, yeah, I'll talk about it next week. But yeah, it was actually a very monumental night where I got slapped. Not for the slap, but because of what the circumstances of the whole night were. Jesus, the Bucks are on tonight. Like, take the little gimmick spots away, and the Bucks are all over everything here. Oh, they're doing so. Basically, AEW is getting their 4 hours in tonight. Just the 1 hour is going to be the countdown show. But just remember, folks, after we're done here tonight, over on Twitch exclusively, we're going to be playing a little Retromania wrestling here. So we're going to be able to see some of these classic wrestlers. And maybe you guys can help me book a card. As they're going to do the... oh, God. Everybody going nuts here. Hey, Young Bucks, since you had no money, can you get a loan? I don't want a loan if they're giving out money. I want the money. Why would I give a loan? A one-man 310 to Yuma. I would have laughed if he said, "Oh, the pin doesn't count. I got blocked by the money." Now, that's a nice little tribute there for all their partners, their regular partners, finishers there. Like Austin being able to do the 310 to Yuma by himself. Look at a Juice doing the Blade Runner. Yes, I know a lot of people say Sister Abigail, and that's the first thing honestly ran through my mind for a second there. But yeah, best wishes to both Colton and for Jay White. Like Jay White's probably looking at next year before he gets back. Blade Runner is only protected when one man does it, I see. Yeah, pretty much. Save after save after. Austin got dumped. Oh my God, that. Oh, that was a mistake. Good night. Nice finish. I knew that we needed to get that tight. Nick's leaving while Matt's going after all the extra cash line in the ring. If I'm Knox, I'm grabbing whatever money I can right now. Oh, here we go. Mr. Mercedes Monet and Mascara Dorada. Folks, we have been getting 20-minute matches all night here. This is pretty damn awesome tonight. The fact that every match is getting time to breathe. Every match has gotten I want to see this happen for some of the other ones too. Do I think Rio and Robin Renegade can go 20? Maybe not. But I'd like to see him go 15. But yeah, every match that we've had so far, like we're an hour and a half in. And what, we've had 3 matches and 2 promos? Like we've almost been on pace for a match every half hour. So but no, this is going to be a lot of fun on Saturday overall. Just when we get to see a Toronto crowd. That Toronto crowds bring out something special. And the fact that CNC match is going to be there, it's just going to give it extra vibe. I almost felt that it should be the main event, but it won't. Obviously, it's going to be Hangman and Fletcher because they're going to put on a 45-minute masterclass there. But yeah, even that venue, like, it's really fun to hang out in a Canadian show because it just hits differently. We get this on Saturday for All Out. Next Friday, you're going to get to see the Impact, no pun intended, as TNA is here in Edmonton with Victory Road. And the fact that they've got as many tickets sold as they have, because like I said, I went through it earlier tonight, and yeah, there ain't a lot left. I want to make sure I just get an aisle seat because my fat ass doesn't want to keep getting, doesn't want to sit in the middle if I got to run out. But yeah, wrestling is just it's a different vibe in Canada than it is in the States. We're a little bit more skeptical, I feel. Like when it comes to we will cheer a lot more for wrestlers who pull off good stuff, but we're a lot more pickier about that stuff in general. Like if you're having a good match, we'll get behind it. if you're not having a good match, they're going to let you hear about it. Eight-woman tornado tailgate brawl. Are they going to have this outside? I guess Kyle Fletcher was in an interview talking about how excited how excited Sky was for that match last Wednesday. I think we were all excited about it too, but I'll just throw that up there during the promo, Zodiac. Since you're not getting a full match, you only get one for the group. Okay, fair enough. I wonder, does this end up being like a non-finish and they announce that they're doing blood and guts on Wednesday? Just for shits and giggles, they'll do blood and guts on Wednesday. God, that's going to be fun. Amanada and Tekla. Just two people that you never expected to get chemistry just did. So no LFI out here. And I wonder if we're going to get... I really wonder who's going to win this match. Like, this literally is not a match that... Like, we don't lose. No matter who wins this. If Dorada wins, we get Dorada, Takeshita, and Okada. Yes, you cannot say that fast 5 times and be okay with it. But if Mortos wins, we get Mortos, Takeshita, and Okada. Like, it's a whole different dichotomy, but it's a hell of a run either way. These guys are, and honestly, you got Danielson at ringside, just basically salivating over the whole thing right now. Oh, look out! Shoulder block, up and down, up and down, up and down, elbow. Dorada's, he, attaboy crowd, Lucha Libre chants in the crowd. I could see a lot, like, honestly, I could see a lot of people take a little bit of a break right now because you do have another hour and a half yet. For 5 cents. Let's just go off the post, jump to the top rope, and then jump over. Like, Mortos getting a little limber and then just throws a big shoulder out. Look out, Charging Bull! Charging Beast! Jeez. I see his mask has been a little bit more defined here. He's got the horns on the top and whatnot. As we go into our next picture in picture. But yeah, just the winner of this, like, I'm hoping that's Dorada just for the fact that I think that having somebody as high flying as him to go with a guy like Takeshita, I know Okada's lost his step a little bit, or at least he acts like it when he's, in the ring. Like, his style is slowed down a little bit. It still is effective, and he's still just as big of a He's still one of the best wrestlers in the world. Don't get me wrong whatsoever. When he has to step it up again, he will, but he has a tendency to, he's smarter now about when to put it into high gear, right? Yeah, I was just thinking about this. We still got 4 more matches yet. Like, I'm assuming we're going to get Top Flight versus Don Callis family next. Just because it's like, okay. Either that or we're going to get the Rio match next against Robin Renegade. We got to get some. We're going to be peaking near the end, so. Sorry, I just had a quick DM I had to block. So many things coming up here over the last few days. You just sees the popularity goes up, and it's sometimes a good thing, sometimes a bad thing, right? So once again, everybody, like, do you think they'll drop the title from Okada on Saturday? Whether it be Dorada, whether it be Takeshita, do you give Takeshita the title? Go and because you got to remember, Takeshita still has a title shot coming up. Was it not even? It's about 2.5 months away right now. That he gets the opportunity to face Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship after winning the G1. Which to me, like, that one is appointment viewing. That match there, because I got a feeling both of those guys are going to be absolutely insane with each other. Oh, here we go. Going to the mask again. Like, this trope seems to be a little bit overdone, if you ask me, as we're going through. Like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know my Lucha Bell enough, but do they actually do that like twice a match regardless? Okada needs some time off to redefine himself. Okada should be way more over. It means he needs a month or two away. Yeah, well, what I'd like to see basically is see Takeshita win. And you give Okada the next couple months off to recover, and the next time you're going to see him is for the C2, which the winner gets the shot at the unified title. And that's how you can get him the title back if you want. Jesus! A Canadian Destroyer in Canada. Attaboy Danielson. You know how to call it, right? A Canadian Destroyer in Canada, just the way it should be. Just a taste of lucha. That's all you really need right now. As things are going on here, so I really hate the fact that they have that AEW mask. Like, how many masked wrestlers do you have? Could you have not made a mask directed to one of your wrestlers at all? Oh my God. Dorado just got ripped in half there. Okay, that was supposed to be a pop-up destroyer, but Mortos wasn't ready for it. Jesus! What the? Wow. My God, what a shot there. Oh, here we go. Getting your graphics in. Let's get them going. Now, the fact that we're getting like crucifix bomb out of nowhere. Ow. He had money on his mind. Got to get at least one of those in tonight, right? Darby dragging the body bag with Mox's name is badass, yeah. That was supposed to be another Canadian Destroyer. That was supposed to be another Canadian Destroyer. And Dorada just did not hit it. There you go, Danielson. Now you know what's going on. Oh no, here we go. Surpa Huakarana. Let's go. Didn't. Oh. And Mortos kicks out at one. Let's go. A spinneroonie backbreaker into the knees. That's gotta suck. There it is. At least he got the shooting star right on target. All right, we're going to have some fun on Saturday. Got a Hamilton Bulldogs jersey in the crowd. Gotta love to see it. No, this three-way is going to be amazing. Okada, Takeshita, and Dorada. Also, you're going to hear a lot of speed talking. Callis, get rid of the two... Pardon my French. Get rid of the two fucking belts. It's a unified championship. You're not splitting them, so what's the point? Yeah, like, Callis, what are you doing? Uh-oh, Callis trying to... No, there's a dive coming. There's a dive coming. Ha! And Takeshi's like, no. Okada, you can eat that. Dorada Takeshi. I'm just salivating about this match. This is going to be a lot of fun on Saturday. All right, folks, I got to ask you while we get into our break here. I have to ask you, is this the final run for Tony Storm? I almost feel like it might be, but every time I say that, there's never title changes. Like AEW does title changes so rarely, but it almost feels like this is the time to do it. Like you know how you're supposed to finish something off before before it goes stale? I don't know if Tony's gimmick's really going to go stale, but I think I think it's starting to get to the point where you need to get somebody different in there just to have some different matchups for the title. This could be a time where you could have Wheeler come out there, interfere, and get it to stat. And you could start that whole storyline that way. You can get it back to Jamie Hayter, which brings back that whole all the way back to the Outcasts. For those that are new to AEW, Toni Storm won her first championship in a match against Jamie Hayter. I believe it was Revolution 23. Hayter had a bad shoulder, needed to get surgery, so they played up, rather than just surrendering the title, they basically did we're going to beat you up before the match, bell goes, quick pin, there's your title change. And then Hayter was out for a better part of a year because of it, so made her appearance at, made a return in All in Texas, got injured, made a return at Forbidden Door, and now trying to resume a feud. The original feud they were trying with was Thekla, which means this Aminata feud might just, this Aminata Thekla match might just be trying to tie up loose ends before we move into something a little bigger. So. Sorry, space on my water here for the 3 hours here. I'm trying not to. Might have to get up for during a break here as we go, but yeah, as we go here, I honestly feel this could be the swan song for Tony, but it also could be, just another obstacle to come up and just have somebody bigger take it away. All right, she's making a nice appearance with the spotlight and everything. So I do know there's a video coming up. I think that was put online. I think I need to shut up a little bit about this. Is Tony done with the reaction of this crowd? The crowd is loving Tony tonight. Baby back, baby back, baby back, ribs. That's only when Aminata's in the ring is it sexually questionable. Because apparently Aminata's in love with everybody on the roster except for Tekla. God, I love a promo like this. Crowd doesn't want any part of that. You're going to have to kill me. Wow, okay. Because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. Oh, hi, Jamie. Now, wow. I, I like the catchphrase. Uh, now Tekla's go after Jim. Tony's pissed. Didn't get a catchphrase in. Everybody else did, though. And Tekla's ready for a street fight. It's one thing I love about this. They're here for a street fight. No holds barred. There is no gear being worn. It's not gear. It is ready to fight. Watch Amina. No, Amina's coming out in gear. Oh. Maybe this is her casual wear. Aminata trying to get her catchphrase in. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just going for it. Okay, yeah, that's short. So yeah, that's not tights. You want to fight? We gonna be fighting. Yeah, let's throw one chair. Throw another chair. I didn't feel like throwing those chairs, so we'll just toss those in. That was impressive. The fact you can't hook properly, you're just throwing her basically at this point when you do that suplex like that. So if you're watching in Canada right now, technically this is the main event of Dynamite tonight. They do have it listed as two separate shows. Like Collision starts technically at the top of the hour. Tekla's a nasty heavy hitter, so is Amanat. Oh, why is there no hockey stick? We are in Canada. It is about tropes. Did the fan catch the kendo stick? I sure as hell hope they did. All right, con man, I need social media proof here. Oh God. Oh, let's just crack myself in the head. What the hell? Why not? I'm crazy. This literally should leave the building. Should just. We have no cameras to keep up with the action here, folks. They have left all the way for Toronto. And you start with them coming back from starting the tailgate brawl with these two going at it. Even though Tekla's technically not even in the match, so she escapes. Oh, Renee just put out on X. Young Bucks, greatest guys ever. I don't like my integrity bot like that. But also remember, subs are cheaper this month for September. And we will have discounted gift subs available coming up this Saturday during the pay-per-view. And I think good thing they're in Canada. Because I was going to say a trip to the hospital, it's a lot cheaper up here in Canada compared to what it is in the States. So they'll try and say some of these wrestlers have Canadian citizenship, and they'll just end at that. How many trash can lids do you have there? They might get treatment by the pay-per-view. I will say, everybody talks about the American healthcare system versus the Canadian. The Canadian one still gets lineups. Don't get me wrong. Like when I have to go see a doctor, it's if I have to see if it's a non-emergency, it's probably 2 weeks. So it's not perfect, but there are many centers you can get in. It's usually only about a 4 to 6 hour wait, maybe. Uh-oh, we got someone stripping in the ring. Tekla's taking off her belt. Actually, that is really smart, trying to protect somebody for the weekend. If you didn't see what she did there, she actually held the belt in her hand and basically punched her back so it looked like she was whipping her, but actually wasn't, and then go into this choke. Because let's face it, like I said, we have a pay-per-view in 4 days. 3 days. Oh, here we go. DDT on the trash can. Nope. Why wouldn't you just reverse it into a spine buster? Never mind. Oh, God. All right, RKO into the garbage can. That's inventive. I'll give her that one. Or a cutter if anybody wants to get a little more technical here. Yeah, we're just firing up into hour 3 right now. We still got Rio and Robin Renegade. We got Top Flight and, oh God. And that chair did not give. That chair did not give. We got Top Flight and the Callis family. We got, oh, Jay's lost. Uh-oh. The world's coming to an end today. Top Flight and the Callis family and Jet Speed and the, I forget what Nick Wayne had that team called. I just don't know if Mother Wayne made it across the border. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Ooh. That freaking headbutt right there. See, this is why, like I said, we have to cut out and then we have to cut back in. This is technically collision here now. It reminds me exactly of how our how I cut up the video for like right now we're doing Dragon Quest over on the gaming channel. You literally just gotta fade to black, move to the next one. If you run the oh God. Uh Damn. Tekla and her core strength, seriously. Like, how much core strength does it take to do all this? Like, she's not doing it once, she's doing it 3 times. They literally just have to change over for a new show. Like, technically, this is collision. Well, so much for your spear. Eat this chair. I don't blame you here. She is something special, too. No, it's fine. When you're focused on a match, sometimes, you know, spelling can be changed. As long as you put Tesla in there, then we got some problems. It almost feels like these are going to be collision matches here. These 3 matches that are up tonight for the last hour. They almost feel like collision matches in a way. Oh God. Going for the ultimate fuckbuster and missed. And the stomp on the chair. I don't know if that was intentional or not for that pin. Teslas are fine. I would just prefer to have a hybrid. Likewise. My next vehicle probably will be a hybrid. Okay. And Tony said, "The hell with this. I'm coming in here to deal with this." Then you're like, "Oh shit, there's a chair here. I got to be careful. I'm going to slip." Oh, and here comes Jamie. Oh, Jesus. Jamie legit slip. Oh my God, this is going to be a lot of fun. Oh, here we go. See, if AEW is smart, play a little sound in the hallway. Wheeler's still trying. Oh, the crowd just all over. That's one thing I don't like right now. The whole crowd is on Yuta right now while there's a big women's segment in the ring. Hit me, hit me. And she was about to hit her and she didn't hit her. All right. Interesting way to finish. Jamie's got such incentive to win this match. I'd like to. Honestly, I'm not going to feel bad about any four of these women winning. So Taz tapped out. And it sort of makes sense because, you know, Shivani usually is the head of Collision. Hey, Mrs. MJF. She's at home too tonight. Well, her old home. Got to get that obligatory Hangman presence here tonight, right? Said Alicia too, not a two Friedman. Stand by some, stand by for some MJF exhibitor hate. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Now, oh, that's right. We still have one more tag match. So I assume that we're going to get. It looks like that last tag between Top Flight and the Don Callis family might main event tonight. And that way, there's a way to bring Fletcher out and Hangman. So that's the final face off for the night. That's right. Nick's out with a knee injury for a while. Or ankle injury, sorry. And I wonder how much MJF Zitter hate. Yes, I said Zitter. I wonder how much we're actually going to get for it because, well, Renee Paquette doesn't use Renee Moxley. This will be a lot of fun here tonight. But no Nigel tonight. I'm actually surprised. Maybe he doesn't make the trip to Canada. Speedball getting that home advantage here. He is from Quebec, but still. Whenever we have Canadians involved in Canada on national TV, it's always a bonus. It happens so rarely that these shows get up to Canada now. Now, realistically, like dealing with production and whatnot, the amount of cost that it takes to get things across, not only across the border, but set up here, getting your talents up here. Yes, the conversion is less, but actually it costs a lot more to get them up here overall. So you do see it very rarely that you're going to get shows up here in Canada. Like the tour that AEW did about 3 years ago through most of Canada, leading up to the Stampede Dynamite in July. Probably not going to see much of that anymore. In WWE, I don't know if we'll ever see anything back in Canada outside of Toronto. The way things are going now with their setup. Danielson being smart, like breaking down the plan completely here. But no, when it comes to production wise, like Toronto, maybe Montreal, but I don't see a lot of companies going out west. I agree. Especially Vancouver, because wrecked. Well, WWE especially to me. AEW, they might come out west. Like this year's Stampede didn't make any sense because, well, Stampede Dynamite would have been the would have actually been the go home show to All Out. So that wasn't happening. I could see them coming back out again for another week. An Edmonton, Vancouver, Calgary run. WWE, not a chance. I don't think anybody in Alberta is going to pay to have them show up. Don't get me wrong, I'd be more than willing to be surprised about it, but like I'm shocked enough the fact that we're getting TNA here next Friday. And yes, it's going to be sold out, but it's one of our smaller venues that we're getting for it. Not Rogers. No, it's the former Expo Center. It's where the Edmonton Stingers play in the CEBL, the Canadian Elite Basketball League. Wow, Sabian got some offense in. I love it. But yeah, they're in. It's the old venue where Stampede Wrestling used to hold their Edmonton shows back in the 80s and 90s. Well, 70s, 80s, back when Stampede was a legit promotion. They are bringing it back up with Dungeon, but it's Calgary specific right now, and they're running out of the old corral, and I believe they're having their first show after a year-long break in next month. I don't talk about it a lot because we like to be a Matt Riddle free zone here, and Matt Riddle is actually on that card, so I don't bring it up a whole lot. But no, here in Edmonton, we do have like the venue's going to seat maybe 3,500, 4,000. I guarantee you AEW books that. They're going to sell it out. Because when AEW was coming to Edmonton and Rogers, they ended up getting was close to 8,000. Now, do you sacrifice that extra revenue to get a venue that's absolutely sold out? Because the one biggest problem around here is the fact we don't have one of those mid-level places. Like, even the U of A is like, I think the U of A seats 1,200 in their gym. Or we, once again, you just go to that venue where Stampede was. I think they said the tickets are 3,500 or something in there. So that's probably where they're, like I said, that's the most common venue you're probably going to use at this point. By the way, STG, good to see you tonight. Good to see everybody here tonight. As we are into our third hour. We are a quarter of the way into our third hour already. And AEW just, once again, they're just hitting home runs after home runs here. Like, this show has been a lot of fun, and it has really breezed by. Like, each one of these matches has had time to breathe. There hasn't been any real rush through them. We still got 2 more yet. So I'm assuming this one's going to finish in this segment. The Rio Robin Renegade match should not last long if Rio's going after the TBS title on Saturday. You don't want to put Rio in a position, like, she literally has not gotten a win yet since coming back to AEW from her injury and hiatus. If this is anything but a squash or a distraction finish, I somewhat question what the booking will be. So, but yeah, this is the one wildcard match where I sort of, either way, it's an interesting story, whichever team gets in here on both of these. I love the fact that, AEW's TSN's actually advertising AEW at noon next Saturday, like on Saturday. I swear to God, Vacant's got to be one of the most upset people in the world right now. He's getting eliminated 2 at a time here tonight. I'd assume Jet Speed's probably going to win just because it is hometown for him. Unless they're going to book him in a pre-show match. Kevin Knight is going to be something special coming in. Like, the future of AEW, as long as they can sign everybody, keep everybody signed, is absolutely great. Oh, Dan Demand gets a post. All right, I like that. Oh God, this is gonna suck. Ooh, and Speedball's ankles aren't wrecked. I'm actually very impressed. Standing shooting star. Oh, I don't think you pin anybody else, but Kip here. I would want to see a tag personally if I was the other side. Oh God. Yes, that's what I thought. They are doing the other tag as a main. Jesus, what a DDT. It's going to be fun to. Well, now we got Mercedes out there, so we can sort of confirm that we're going to get shenanigans. I just hope that we do, like this match needs to get going here. Because I don't think we're going to go that much more overtime tonight. Oh, Speedball's dead. Kill Switch is dead. Kip is dead. No, this is what we needed. We got to get Kip in the ring for the pin. And Kill Switch is going to kill Kip. No, he's leaving. He's leaving. Here we go. This is it. All right, well, Jet Speed's in the match. All right, there we go. We're done. Kevin, that comes to that promo last week. Hey, Mama Wayne, you know where I am. Call me. All right, so we got some CanCon in the title match. It's good to see. Yeah, so I'm assuming we're going to get Top Flight in that last spot. If we end up getting Alexander Hitchicero, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's just a team that was just randomly thrown together. Like, and he's going out the face entrance. He's going out the face side. He is now a face. He's staying a face. Taz's son comes in there. Son's saying, "I'm going to start wrestling Taz, so you don't know there's a hook to the business." Hey NWF, good to see you tonight too. I don't think we're gonna end up seeing Hook might be off this week. I don't know. Says he might be by himself. He might be with someone. Could it be with Jack Perry of all people? Think about that too. Because that second knife that Jack Perry was making, maybe that was for Kill Switch. Oh God, like Bill's trying to do this, and I love it. Bill's the one that's basically carrying this match right now with between Kingston and Kingston Bill because we haven't seen Kingston at all, and I do hope that I do hope we get to see him. Like that place is gonna erupt when he shows up. Hate that Bill got to be the sacrifice. You know what? I would say that Zodiac. I agree. Like the first match maybe not make it somebody as big as Bill and somebody that you want to push as much as Bill. But if you think about it, if this ends up being a little closer match than you expect, and Eddie's got to overcome some adversity going through it, I think this might actually turn out to be great. This might turn out to be an actual setup for both guys. Like, Eddie can make Bill in this match, too. Like, for all the cheers and for everything that everybody's behind him, you can honestly get behind, you can get to the point where you can get to the point where Bill is just appreciated for the work that he does in this match. It's hard when you're a big man, and it's going to be a lot harder for him to try and get himself over with this crowd in Toronto. But the one thing about AEW fans, they appreciate good effort. And if these guys put on a good match, which I think it will be, I don't think it's going to be one of these come in here, kill the person, come out. Sort of like what I'm expecting here in this next match with Robin Renegade and Rio. I think it'll be a lot more competitive between those two, and I think it'll turn out fine. I know Bill's got a lot of start booking, but eventually you got to pull the trigger somewhere on him, and I wonder if I just wonder when that's going to be. Throwing myself all over the place on that thought, I know, but when it comes to I think the main focus here is just to make sure Eddie Kingston gets in here. And it could be a point where Eddie Kingston even asks for this match. Because you got to remember, Big Bill is a New Yorker as well. So it could be something to go with that. I don't know which... I don't know if necessarily that's the case, but at the same time, I do think that might be a possibility. But yeah, this one here, Mercedes coming down. I don't even know if Mercedes will get her full entrance here, just because of the amount of time that's going on right now. Because we do have 30 minutes left. We have 2 matches to go. That last one's going to go... It's going to go long with a little bit of a segment here. Sorry, I thought they were coming out of commercial break here, but nope, there we go. But yeah, this is... They've gotten enough all the details out of every match going on. I was going to say sit down with John Moxley. That would be interesting. Wow. There's a certain point when you go up Mount Everest that they literally have to leave you if you if you get injured or you. I like this. Darby's always been in a position where he never really knows. He just lives in the moment. And that's his gimmick. That's the way he lives. Danielson's about to cry right now. Oh, what do you think he got? What do you think he did? I. You know what it is? You know what it is? You know what Danielson told Darby? They're going for Poteen after. They're going for Poteen following the pay-per-view. No matter what happens. That's what it has to be. All right, so Mercedes is getting an entrance, but Robert Renegade isn't. That's the part that, what the hell? He told him to kick him somewhere specific. I'm with you, Vic. I think that might be actually. It wouldn't surprise me. You know what? It could also be you got to choke him out the way he choked me out. So yeah, like I said, this is one of the harder ones for me to get into. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Rio, but literally no build. One one half beatdown leads to a title match. And yes, Rio does have the resume to to determine to have a match, but now the little one. So a funny little stat came up that a lot of people don't realize, and uh, this is one of the best counter troll measures that I've seen in a very long time. People were complaining, "Oh my God, Rio is just so small." Rio is 5'1". You know Zodiac, and AJ Lee is 5'2". Like literally 1 inch difference between the two. Like to me, it's asinine. If you can work, you can work. I don't care what size you are. And both this match here sort of qualifies as to what AJ's going to do on Saturday. Because my opinion, you got to have a win before you get a title shot. And I do think on Saturday, AJ Lee gets the pin on Becky Lynch to win that match and qualify her for a title shot for the Intercontinental Championship. I do think Rio wins this match tonight. Even though she's already gotten her title shot, this sort of, for lack of a better term, legitimize it even more. Because I really do want to see this point here where you got to figure out where the end goal is going to be. And the end goal is probably not till Full Gear for Mercedes. As much as, we talk about records and stats and all that, I honestly feel that Tony Khan really wants to push to make sure that Mercedes is known as the longest reigning TBS champion ever. And that's going to take, I think it's another month. We were talking about it earlier that Mercedes is doing a show in CMLL, I believe, in October, where she's going to eclipse Jade Cargill as the longest reigning TBS champion ever. And then once that's done, I think the title might come off. Whether it be take the AEW title instead or ooh, what a shot there. Okay, so yeah, we're 2 weeks away from 6-year anniversary of Dynamite. It is going to be special there that week coming up. I'll be on holidays too, which makes it that much better. And then we got Title Tuesday. We got to remember that because we're going to be I got to adjust the schedule that week. Thank you, MLB playoffs. For those that aren't familiar with Title Tuesday, it's the 1 week during the ALDS in baseball, the division series, the first round outside the wild card round, that TBS and TNT need their stations to cover everything. All right, that's done. Is Rio using the crucifix bomb as a finisher now? That actually looked badass. The fact that she could end the match like it looked legit and Robin sold it perfectly. Well, this is where you get your security now. I don't think Mercedes loses, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. And that is the goal of an AEW pay-per-view. If you don't have the if you almost guarantee that the title's not changing hands, how close can you come to making us believe that it will? And to me, AEW does a fantastic job of that on so many fronts. We've seen so many times that we expect title changes and they end up not happening. Or the vice versa, the more that they do that. Monet is a jabroni. Oh, the return of the acclaimed. Ironically enough, on the day that the Billy Gunn DLC got released for 2K25. And for those asking, yes, I did pick it up, so it is available in my GM. Personally, I'll take D'Lo Brown out of that pack more than anybody else with that neck twist the way it is. Jerry Lynch trying to get the Acclaim back together. Trying hard. I'll give him that. All right, as we are dressed before our main event tonight, as per tradition, we're going to give you a little bit of rundown what's going to be going on here on the channel. Tonight, after we're done here with September to Remember, which is actually a really fun card, stick around. We are going to be checking out the latest DLC in Retromania Wrestling. It's an 8-bit video game in the tradition of WrestleFest, the old arcade game. It has a lot of the animations that are similar, but a lot more of an updated roster. But they did bring back some classics with the new DLC. They do have a house show mode, which is basically a GM mode, where you can book different You book a 5-match card, and it's really neat. I hope you guys stick around to check it out. Tomorrow morning, Horizon Forbidden West. We're going to get a bunch of side quests done, and we're hopefully going to start venturing into what apparently was old Las Vegas. Is that apparently where we're headed next? Special news for Friday. Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. Mountain Time. We're going to be here with WWE 2K25 My GM mode. Since we can't do it on Saturday, we'll do it on Friday, right after SmackDown. We're going to run 2 weeks, weeks 12 and 13. And then Saturday, we're going to be here for All Out. We'll be here about 1:45 Eastern, just about noon here, so a little bit of a time there. Sunday, looking at 4 o'clock Eastern, Mutant League football. I missed out on it this week, so we're going to make up for it this week. We are going to go for a run with the Snuffalo Thrills. Let's get us in there. Let's get us into the playoffs. Let's get working. Nah. When's the last time I did a WWE stream, Nats? I'll send you off to one of our friends here who does it. So, honestly, 6 hours of wrestling is probably going to be enough for me, Nats. Live streaming, I'm not one of these guys. I had hair the last time. Fair. Sunday, we're going to go for a monster stream of Mutant Football League for the Xbox One. And then might be a possibility of a stream on Tuesday, but let's not count our chickens before they hatch. It's my last day. I go for holidays after that day. So if I can get home at a decent time, we're going to have some fun. The next Wednesday, of course, we're going to be here. Dynamite from Pittsburgh, PA, and the Fallout from All Out. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you tell all your friends. Comment in the chat. Oh, it's a staycation holiday, so I'll be here lots next week. And the week after, because I work retail, so my work week's Friday to Monday. So when it feels like 1 week to me, it's 2 weeks to most people. So if you're watching on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button. We are at 666 followers right now. So if we could get one more one way or the other, we are away from the Devil's Run. And if you really like what you see, consider subscribing. Subscriptions are cheap for the month of September. And we will have gift subs available this Saturday on cheap too. So Okay. Okay, Garcia Shibata. So we're not getting the trios match. We're just getting a singles. I like that. That is a great walk-in match. Oh, good. Just a way to finish the night off here. You know what, you know what's Mexican for asshole? Don Callis. Makes me wonder if they're gonna let the Callis family win. I need to try Don Callis tacos. Now I wonder if Callis fucked up this. I've had brains and balls, but never buttholes. Ugh. That that seems scary to me in a little way. I wonder if Callis screwed up that promo. If it was supposed to be Alexander last. Oh, by the way, if you are not familiar, Josh Alexander is the Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Champion. And in attendance backstage tonight is a friend of AEW, Scott D'Amore. His training academy is around here, so it just makes sense to have him backstage. Just having a visit, and, you know, he's good friends with Tony Khan and such. I really wonder who's going to win this one, but are we going to go with more CanCon with Alexander, or do we go with Top Flight, who have been around and are one of the top high flying teams that could be just a spot fest for that ladder match? Like, we're already going to get some crazy spots with the Bucks in there, as well as I'm pretty sure Knights worked a few ladder matches that have been a little crazy. Oh, yeah, like no, no doubt whatsoever how good Hichisero is. But just the fact that we see, once again, another situation I don't like. It's the fact that you got four great wrestlers in the ring, and the chance for the commentator at ringside, aka manager. Yes, I know Don Callis is the biggest piece of shit in the world, but he takes away from what's going on in the ring. Oh my goodness, these guys are running on all cylinders. It's amazing what happens when Top Flight actually gets to work together properly. Oh, that was sweet. Use the momentum of Alexander against him, even though he is the more powerful guy. Just such fluid motions with both these guys here. Nice DDT. I love how you got Callis here deflecting questions like no other here. Just simply two when he's like, "Oh, have you not seen a team like Top Flight work as well together as they are? You ever concerned?" It's like, "No, but yet, have you seen these guys how technical they are?" It's like, way to move things around here, Don. But yeah, it's any night you can get a good match like this with like Hitchicero's never going to provide you a bad match on TV. Like even like if you guys seen Death Before Dishonor, if you haven't, go back and watch it. The main event between Hitchicero and Bandito, like 30 minutes of amazeballs, which might very well be. It's in the running for match of the year. Like Bandito's making a very strong case for himself for being wrestler of the year. Which is rather funny because apparently he's the champ of the second promotion in AEW, not the first. So you see Alexander just starting to get himself put together here and just getting a little momentum, breaking down Darius in so many different ways here. It always seems the same way. Darius is always the one getting beaten up, and all of a sudden, oh, there you go, over the top. Oh, look out. My God, Alexander he could sit back. You could just watch me just so technically sound. And just the way that he moves around the ring is just, he plans things so well. It's so fluid. Now you bring Hitchicero in, who, when you get a Hitchicero in a matchup here like this, because he has that extra lucha style on top of everything else that he does, it makes everything look so much more inventive. Like hell, look at this rollover he's doing. Just as he's setting up this, oh God, here we go. That hammerlock backbreaker that Hitchicero does all so well. When you got your opponent in a hammerlock so he can't break it whatsoever. And even if you want to punch as you're getting swung backwards, the way to throw your arm up for the momentum, you're not going to get any power behind that. Because all your momentum's pushing you back this way, so you actually have to fight your own momentum to get your arm going forward. As long as he's got you fast enough, it's really going to have no effect, any kind of shot that he tries to take at you. As we get through our last commercial break here, it looks like. I assume things break down real quick here and then. Guys, get your TV screen right. It's the last damn segment for the pay-per-view. We got Inception going on here, and I don't like it. Oh my God, they finally fixed it out. It only took 2 minutes. Not a good sign to do something like that on your last segment before you're going to a pay-per-view, guys. Dante just rolling along here. There's his finisher. His solo finisher. Oh my God. Dante almost sent himself flying through the ropes there. Boot to the face. Uh-oh. Got the waist lock. This is not good for Darius. Well, they didn't get the spot they wanted, but they made it up anyway. Dante's been having a little bit of there's a little bit of that lack of crispness there, right? I'm looking forward to that tailgate brawl. Another eight woman brawl everywhere kind of match, which we pretty much have been having for the last 2 months. And now Shibata Garcia, that is going to be a whole different type of match. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Joe and Hobbs versus the... Oh, God. JD Drake and Hobbs in the ring at the same time. Meat. Meat. That's what we call beef. Oh, God. Darius is dead. Excalibur trying to call the action and get his promos in time. All right, well, that's it. The guillotine. Damn. And Top Flight's worked hard enough that they've legitimately worked on the gimmick. It's just... All right, more CanCon for the ladder match. We got 2 out of 8 being Canadian. That's going to be a lot of fun, that tag match. Makes me wonder what Hitchicero's going to come up with for this ladder match here. Oh, and here comes Archer. And no, this is where Hangman comes for the save. Oh, Scorp. Oh, God. We're just bringing everybody out here. The Bucks aren't going to come out because, well, they're not getting paid to. I stand corrected. Nick Khan, or Tony, oh, Nick Khan, ugh, sorry. Tony Khan must have paid some money. All right, here comes Brodito. Oh my God, those pants. You know, Brody wasn't planning on coming out here, with those pants like that. Damn! Bandito is so damn over, it's scary. You know that? Brody King's always been a hell of a wrestler and loved by everybody, but now this is where you bring Hangman out. If they're going to rip apart Christopher Daniels, this is how you do it. You bring out an Archer and Hangman have had their history too. Like in Hangman's first run as AEW champion, like Archer was one of his biggest opponents. Had his first Texas Death Match as champion. Rocky, why are you even bothering? And here comes Fletcher for the stare down. Or the sucker punch. Oh, yeah, here we go. Now the champion's going to get mugged to go off the air. Amanada took all the chairs, though. Oh, God. Well, we didn't see anybody go through the table in the first segment. We might as well see somebody go through the table in the last one. And Fletcher's even got the suit on for it. No, here comes the Brave Buster through the table. Oh. Fletcher always a step ahead. Danielson going crazy here. So this is how you even the odds in the match. This is how you even the odds for the match on Saturday. Like, Fletcher's got to be here all by himself, but there you go. Now he's going to pose with both titles. Don't lift it over your head, you dumbass. Yep. Nope. He ain't winning. He ain't winning. That's guaranteed now. As they're going to fade to black here. All in all, hell of a show tonight. Like, this has been great. Every match has gotten time tonight. Nothing's felt rushed. really. The last match a little bit with the entrances and such, but other than that, it's been a very solid evening of wrestling. Been very happy with it, and definitely has you ready for what's going to be going on Saturday. They have the 4 spots filled for the 4 missing spots that we had. We got Mascara Dorada, who's going to be taking on Takeshita and Okada in that triple threat match for the unified title. You got Jet Speed, Brodito, the Bucks, and now the Don Callis family. Part of the ladder match, which is going to be insane. Like, Alexander's going to be eating so many ladder spots, it's going to be nuts. You got Shibata Garcia set up for the pre-show. You basically tied up some loose ends on some of the title matches. You got Rio a win. Made her look credible with that bomb. Like, one move made it credible for Rio to be a contender at this point. So, all in all, a pretty decent show, if you ask me. I hope you guys thought so as well. Feel free to let me know in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube here, if you're watching on Twitch, same thing here. We're gonna be chatting a little bit of wrestling, but we're also gonna have a lot of fun, a little different tonight. So, for those watching on YouTube, we are gonna wrap up the broadcast right now because of DMCA's and all that stuff for music and stuff on the games that we play here. So, hop over to twitch.tv/MikeTheRef. We are going to be playing a little Retromania Wrestling. It's the first time I'm going to be using Steam on stream, so hopefully the computer keeps up. I don't think there's going to be any lag problems, but here's hoping. There is a new house show mode that has come up that is available. That you basically get to book your own card, and they just give you points based on how good the match was and what moves were hit and such. We're going to let CPU run through a couple here. Yeah, we'll get to see some of the DLC members that are in there. We just had Demolition, Randy Savage, the Rock and Roll Express, and Magnum TA were just added to the game here this past Saturday. So we're going to have a lot of fun there, but yeah, we're going to be wrapping up the YouTube section now. Once again, everybody, thank you for stopping by. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Tell all your friends. And we'll see y'all here next time on Backbreaker Video this Saturday for All Out. Take care, everybody. We'll see you then. And we out.